Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'll be showing you why I love this Mr. Coffee 10 Cup Optimal Brew Coffee Maker. Model number BVMC-DT102. So this is a very nice looking coffee maker. It's got a thermal carafe. It does not have a warming plate. This is what's going to keep your coffee warm. And you've got to press the button to let the coffee out. It's got a very nice clock. It's got you can do a strong brew. This is kind of like a touch screen. Now the display's not doing that. It's just doing that in the video where it's cycling like that. It's got a simple on-off button. You can program this to come on later. It also has a clean button to let you know when it's time to clean, and you can put it into a descaling mode. So originally I thought the coffee came out these little tubes, but it just comes out. There's another spot it comes out down here. Over here on this side, we do have a water reservoir. You can take the water reservoir on and off. It's going to brew whatever amount of water you put in here. Each time you press that brew button, it's going to brew that amount. So if you want the full 10 cups, fill it up to the 10. If you only want to brew 6 cups of coffee, just fill it up to the 6 cup mark. Now over here on this side, this is the filter basket. It slides out from the right-hand side here. This is a carbon water filter. I just brewed me some coffee, so you'll see. I've got a filter in there, a paper filter. You can use a reusable filter, but you just can't use them both at the same time. You have to choose either reusable or paper filter. And I put 1 tablespoon of coffee in there for a cup that I was going to brew. There's where the carbon water filter goes. So the hot water is going to have to pass through this carbon water filter before it gets to your coffee. And so these carbon water filters, you should rinse these out when you first get them, and then they're good for 2 months. And that's what this little red thing's for. So put it on what month you installed it or what month you want to change it. So right now it's May, so June, July. I know that in July or August I need to change that. Very simple to install. It's got this little holder. You're just going to unscrew this, put it right there, and then just kind of snap that back on. You're ready to go. Okay, so let's put our paper filter in. Again, you can use either this paper filter or a reusable filter, fits in there just fine, but neither together at the same time. You're going to need 8 to 12 cup basket style filters. You're just going to put it in there. Make sure it's hugging the wall. I like to brew 1 tablespoon per cup I'm going to brew. So I'm going to do the full 10 cups. So I'm going to put 10 tablespoons of coffee in there. And here I've got my 10 tablespoons of coffee. Just close the lid. And we can see in here, the coffee's going to go down in there. That's how it's going to get to the carafe, and the brew head is up there. So you're simply just going to take this. It slides in real easy. Okay, so I filled my water reservoir up to the 10 mark with water. Okay, something you've got to take note of. When you're brewing with a stainless steel carafe, you cannot see inside it. So you always have to make sure it's empty. Mine has been filled up before, and when you start a brew, then it just makes a mess because it overflows it. So when you have a glass carafe, you can see it real easy, so you know not to start the brew. Here's what the double wall insulated carafe looks like. Very easy to take the lid off and on in here. Now you're going to want to make sure when you put the carafe in that it's straight in like this, not angled over here to the side or anything. It needs to be all the way in so that that's kind of flush right there. Okay, so I got my coffee and my water in. Let's do a strong brew. So let's press that, and then let's just press the brew now button. So that light's pulsing. The strong brew is on. Let's start our stopwatch. We'll see how long it takes, and we'll do some temperature checks along the way. So since it's on the strong brew, what I'm noticing is it brews for a little bit and then pauses. Brews for a little bit and then kind of just pauses ever so slightly. When you do just a standard brew, you don't have that pausing. It's just kind of a one continuous brew. Miss Fiona has showed up for her treat. So the water coming out the bottom of the brew basket's a little hard to see, but I've gotten 188. I've got to position the thermometer there. There's 186. I have seen 188 coming out the bottom of the brew basket. Now the coffee maker will shut off automatically when it's done brewing because there's no warming plate. It does come with a pretty nice instruction manual. Kind of talks about things. Okay, so it does beep at you 3 times when it's done brewing. And as soon as the brew timer, it's done brewing, you get a minute since brewed display shows up. So this is going to let you know how long the coffee's been sitting here in this carafe. That took right around 11 minutes, almost 12 minutes. So I have done a coffee or a pot of coffee, just a normal brew, and it takes about 7 to 8 minutes. So you can see that strong brew, it does extend the brew time quite a bit. Okay, so let's see how the craft pours. Again, you got to push this button. Pours really nice. It smells really good. Let's see how hot the cup of coffee is. 176, that's a really hot cup of coffee. Here's what the coffee looks like. It tastes really good. That's really hot right now. Now, I've tried side by side, I've tried the bold brew and a normal brew. I do think the bold brew makes it a little bit stronger, if that's a thing, maybe a little bit more earthy taste to it on some coffees, but it's really hard to distinguish, but I do think it does make it a little bit stronger. Okay, so let's slide out. Let's see how the coffee filter did. Okay, you're simply going to open this up. You can see the coffee grounds did not overflow the filter basket. Looks like they did a good job brewing. There's the carbon water filter. Cleanup is very simple. This part is dishwasher safe. You'll want to take your carbon water filter off before you put it in the dishwasher. You don't want that in the dishwasher. Normally I just rinse these out, take the coffee grounds out of course, and then I wash it about every third or fourth time. I do like this coffee maker. It's got a very nice touch display. I like the clock. It's very easy to read. The access for the coffee filter is very easy. I like that the water reservoir is removable. You can take it off to take it over your sink, clean it out with a brush really good. And I do think these Mr. Coffees do make a really good cup of coffee, and they are relatively fast. I'm very happy with this purchase. Thanks everybody for watching.